In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I installed a tachometer, aka an engine RPM gauge, on my Toyota Yaris. So Toyota didn't put a tachometer on the hatchback model versions of the Yaris. And Toyota actually has a history of not putting a tachometer on their most entry-level cars, going back to the 90s with the Toyota Tercel, and then the Toyota Echo, and now the hatchbacks of the Toyota Yaris family. So I'll leave a link in the description to this cover piece here that holds it and mounts it to the wall. So if you guys are trying to get a tach in your Yari too, go ahead and watch the rest of this video and I'll show you guys what you need to do. Now the whole process is basically as simple as just feeding this wire down, connecting 4 wires, and then mounting this to the wall. But first we're going to start off by routing the wires down through the pillar here. Basically gotta push in on the panel while you feed the wire down, or else the panel will just squeeze up against the wire and you won't be able to push it. And then luckily I was actually able to come under here and reach the wire to start pulling it down and through. All right, so now our ground cable is all ready to go. I even put a little extra solder there to make sure that wouldn't come loose. All right, so then you can go ahead and slip the ground bolt back into the hole with the ring around it there for our connector, and tighten it down. And so here's our signal wire here that we tapped into. It's this kind of peach colored wire here that goes into the far pin there on the edge of the harness. And so you can see we just tapped into it with a quick connect here. So we're just sharing the signal off that wire, and it's going into the green wire here. I extended out the green wire because I wasn't sure how much slack I was going to have with the wiring from the tachometer. It turns out I would have had enough and I didn't really need to extend it, but I had just already done that. So this black wire, don't be confused, it's just me extending the green wire. And even though this car doesn't have a tachometer from the factory, all cars that have the OBD2 diagnostics, which is basically any car made 1996 or newer, they're gonna have a tachometer wire in that OBD harness because it's just part of the OBD system, is the ability to read RPMs. Like if you were to plug in a scan tool and read diagnostic codes or check engine lights, you'd have the ability somewhere in there to read engine RPMs as well. So the red and yellow is for the 12-volt general power, and then the illumination for the lighting of the tachometer. So we can go ahead and just put those together. We're just going to twist them together here, and ultimately we're going to feed them into the same 12-volt source.
Whichever fuse you choose to tap into, basically you just want to strip the wire, braid it, and then kind of wedge it in there with the fuse. You should also be able to use the 7.5 amp accessory fuse, which is right next to this one, but I just went ahead and used this, and it's been working great for 3 months now, no problems.
And while you can tap into this green wire right here for 12 volts on ignition, I chose to tap into the fuse. It's a way to do it, having to modify the least amount of stock wiring possible. And this tachometer uses such a little amount of power that adding it on to the 15 amp circuit for the cigarette lighters is no big deal at all. So one thing I want to point out too in terms of tapping into that cigarette lighter fuse is that this car doesn't supply power to the cigarette lighter until the key is turned to the accessory position. In some cars, the cigarette lighter is constantly supplied with 12 volts. So if this was one of those, then we wouldn't be able to tap into that fuse because then the tachometer would always be on. Now for this piece, I went ahead and drilled out an extra hole there just because our connector is a little wider. I don't think it was going to fit in that original hole, but now we'll be able to go ahead and feed the wire into the cylinder. All right, so we got our wire fed through there, and then we just need to slip on this little collar, this rubber gasket thing. All right, so when it comes to mounting this little piece right here up against your pillar, it came with a little circular foam pad that basically just fits this exact diameter here. And I did use that, but what I did was I put some super glue on each side of the little foam piece that goes in between the black piece here and the pillar. I had tried putting it on with just the double-sided tape basically of that foam piece, and it's not gonna work. It was never gonna hold. But putting the super glue on each side, and it doesn't take much, like a good super glue, just on each side to help just lock that foam pad to this black piece and to the pillar, is definitely the way to go. I have had this on here for about 3 months and it has stayed really solid, and I've driven miles over some pretty bumpy dirt roads, and it's stayed on there great. There's a little Phillips screw right here that adjusts this, so just go ahead and position it where you want, and then you can kind of tighten that down to help keep it in place. Hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and thanks for watching.